surfing the law in an efficient way and doing certain stuff automatically. But the other thing you always have to be aware of in terms of law is that law doesn't work like code, in terms of there is a logical, a chain of deduction that leads you from the axioms of law to the fact that I, Richard Bergmeyer, can crown myself as king or whatever. So, law is interpreted by judges in a sort of intuitive, human way. It is fuzzy.
I have a comment and a question. The comment was that, as you pointed out, what's raining in Britain is not what's raining in California. So maybe another development could be adding maybe different functions for the same term, depending on who the user is, so on user groups maybe. But the question was, can you do that in other languages? In practice, so in terms of availability, for example, of a grammar, is there anything like a ERG in German or Italian or French?
I think there have been efforts to come up with. I'm pretty sure there is a grammar out there. It's done at the University of Saarbrücken, the University des Saarlandes, and this is a German grammar that's done in the same formalism, so you can run it in the same runtime environment. And then there is also Japanese grammar, and I think there are modest. First stages of doing a Spanish grammar or something like that, but yeah, generally there are grammars out there for most languages. Most of them are not quite as sophisticated as the English grammar, so most of the work goes into English right now. But there is stuff out there, especially for German. There is actually pretty good stuff. And for most other languages, there is at least some ongoing efforts to support that. But this is why I said that the situation is different nowadays from the 70s, in that we have this sort of linguistic resources about English now. And of course, this is an effort that takes quite a while, and so maybe chances for doing stuff other than English are a bit slim right now. So I think the most rewarding language to work on is English, plus Arabic, because there's a lot of money being put into Arabic right now for reasons that I wouldn't want to comment on, but yeah.
Well, we have time for one last tiny little question.
Thank you. I was considering your closed-domain approach, and it came to my mind that computer programs and the help function inside a computer program is, by definition, a closed domain. Have that been taken into consideration to use this to help make better help user help functions in computer programs?
Actually, that's a good idea. I haven't really considered the idea, but it's certainly something that people might want to look into, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for this talk. Further questions can be addressed to Richard directly. We have a break of a quarter of an hour now, and the next talk will be in this room, Fuzzing the Corporate World, and this is a completely different kind of fuzzing than the fuzzy logic we've heard here. So see you then if you like it. And thanks again, Richard.